Hello everyone, welcome back to Chemically Bonded. Let's go ahead and continue. Sitting in the midst of the sunlit classroom, specks of dust float through the air. My gaze shifting away from whoever it was who taught this class and to the various happenings around the room. Others, like me, more engaged in their own thoughts and prospects than paying heed to whatever it is Mr. Kimura is on about.
Remember class, I will be expecting 100% effort in tomorrow's class.
We have class tomorrow.
What? Did you forget already? It's not like I enjoy being here either.
None of us do. Even Kiyoko, a girl so diligently engrossed in the world of academia, a league above the kid stuff us mongrels are taught on a day-to-day basis. It would be good to have the answer to seemingly any problem at the back of my mind. Despite our problems seemingly settled, moving forward together can't be as easy as I like to imagine. The class now coming to an end, and an encore nowhere on the horizon, I joined many others in the act of rising from my seat. Setting my eyes on my next destination, towards Kiyoko's desk and out the door. Or rather, dragged along by the spontaneous advance of a familiar face, bursting through the door ahead.
Yo, is this the right class? I'm sorry for being late.
What? You're not even in this class. That, and class is over anyway. Shouldn't you be wearing a shirt too?
What's wrong with a jacket? The abs always have to be on display. Who doesn't want to flaunt their hard work?
Me! This is against the code of conduct. You're going to have to see the principal about this.
Nah, you're overreacting. It's just a bit of skin. Oh, it's you.
Setting his eyes on me, Ken strides past the now lengthy line of students eagerly waiting to leave in frustration, what with the door being blocked and all. Hey.
What? That wasn't much of a warm welcome.
Oh, I was just a bit set back by your sudden arrival. That's all.
It's cool. You're a cool dude. Most of the other guys in the gym are a bit jealous, you know? You have been hanging with Naomi quite a lot after all.
I'll give him credit, but it's not like I'm with Naomi often. I've spent more time of my time with Kiyoko recently.
Who is he?
Speaking of Kiyoko, she appears by my side almost out of nowhere as Ken continues beaming a cheerful smile. He's just some guy. Really. I don't know all that much about him to say anything besides that.
Okay.
Anyway, would you really say people are all that jealous? I know Naomi does have a lot of admirers, but so far spending time with her really hasn't caused me any problems.
Oh, of course. I'd be flattered if people were jealous of me. Not because of these bad boys, because it means I've achieved something.
Pointing towards his pecs, nipples barely covered by his gym jacket, Ken beams brightly with a smile I can only describe as content. I guess. Knowing you have something others don't is a little rewarding. But isn't that just showing off?
Nah. Anyway, I should probably be off. I don't get paid by the hour to be here, you know?
You came here on your own accord.
You're right. I'll see you around.
Starting off into the corridor, Ken makes a stylish exit as his eyes scan the room one last time. Hopefully he's preying on someone other than me to become friends with. Kyoko, on the other hand, looking apathetically downwards towards her shoes, seemingly ignorant of her surroundings. How are you feeling?
Alright. Anyway, shouldn't we get going to the club?
Yeah, we probably should. Standing complacently beside the door, the occasional classmate skirting past us leaving for a day, Kiyoko wipes away the timidity off her face. A smile quickly in its place. Our footsteps are in harmony. The two of us join the diminishing scurry to leave as the calamity in the corridor greets us. The usual sights of students bustling past one another, all with their sights set and concluding their days, another mark on the ongoing calendars that guide us through our daily lives.
Stop looking at me like that. You're always lost in thought.
And you aren't? You're the one who is always acing tests.
It's because I study.
Almost in fury, Kiyoko raises her arms to her chest characteristically. Another one of her typical pouts shot in my direction. It's cute, and it's just one of the things keeping me by her side. Even now our problems are seemingly disappearing before us. With the walk down the corridor coming to close, the two of us idle outside the labs, crisped by sunlight as a moment of silence passes. Life beyond the windows continuing to play a hopeless, yet somehow captivating tune. The sounds of the world that we're only a small part of.
So, this has kind of become a routine, huh?
Well, it is the club room after all.
I mean, me and you.
What else do you expect? We're the only members. It's not as if the club doesn't have its qualities. After all, she did buy a bunch of soda to give out to her prospecting recruits.
I don't know, but I like it. I like spending time with you.
Resting her hand against the handle, her pale skin shining under the sunlight seeping through the windows behind us, Kiyoko slides open the door once again. Our club activities now officially underway, as the two of us step inside, one after another, yet somehow still together. As she steps into the center of the room, Kiyoko's hair sways gently under the spell of her own motion, as Stan's eyes focused on the window before her. Scenes of nature filling the view as I join her in looking outside, before the tune of her voice divert my attention back towards the winsome girl I've come to know.
Thank you for earlier. I didn't know how to feel at first, but seeing you go such lengths, it really means a lot.
Naomi?
Of course it's about Naomi.
Breaking her gentle solemnness, Kiyoko pulls yet another face towards me as she stands firm in stance of mock anger. Well, thanks for the gratitude. It's not like I wanted to. Bursting out into a giggle, Kikuli keeps her eyes towards me as she stifles her laughter with her hands, albeit poorly. It's a cherishable sight.
I really want to be friends with her again. I've made up my mind.
Even after what she did?
You said it yourself, didn't you? She wants me back in her life. We're friends, right?
Right. The pieces falling together. A future with their happiness and reach is now inevitable. Two hearts determined to repay the bounds that lie between them.
Anyway, shouldn't we be doing an experiment? What are you just standing there for?
Rushing to nearby chair, the somehow established resting spot for a lab coat, Kiyoko sheathes herself in white with haste. A symbol of her purity wrapped over her as her smile shines across the room. One of happiness and newfound content, stabbing at my heart like a knife as I can't bear to look away. It's enjoyable. It's what we've all been after. Tossing my bag across the room to its usual place, a sigh of relief escapes from within as a feeling of comfort washes over me. My humble abode, a resting ground between the day-to-day activities of a typical high schooler's life. As much as I enjoy spending time with Kiyoko and Naomi, the place to think to myself is of course nice. The sounds of life passing by outside the backing track to the picturesque sight, the clothes and books strewn around haphazardly, lit up by the evening sun. Thoughts of earlier flashing through my mind as I wander around the small space aimlessly. Thoughts of how to spend my time this evening somewhere further back in my mind. Naomi not pursuing their restored friendship, and Kiyoko trailing further behind as the realization of Naomi's feeling settles into her heart. Both now reunited, entwining their in friendship once again, with me somewhere in the midst of it all. My position in this trio, ever unclear as the lives of these girls still linger on my mind. Thoughts and feelings I still can't understand. I should message her. A few fell taps later, my message appears on the screen. Any ideas for tomorrow? It's lazy, but it gets the job done. As Kiyoko would say, it's efficient. Or maybe not. Still a falling message more than coherent to understand, and at the end of the day, I guess it is. Kiyoko, still a fragile heart, relying on me to ensure that tomorrow goes smoothly. Her and Naomi's first real outing again. It's a lot of responsibility, but I'm sure it'll be fun. Arriving to class emerged in a ton of classmates bursting through the door. The ample morning sunlight splashes around the room, lighting the way to my desk. Another morning, another day's worth of fun. But with our outing now arranged, all I can do is eagerly wait the day's events to pass by, sat routinely at my desk as life monotonously turns on. Kiyoko, a little less apathetic, quickly rides the class behind her fluffs, striding the short distance to her desk cheerfully with her face lit up by the morning sun. An endearing sight, her features glowing perfectly as her smile glistens and her hair sways under the spell of her own movement. As the minutes to start the class turn away, I watch her actions carefully, my only real chance to see her in her own world. Taking out a ruffled stack of papers from her bag, she places them on her desk with care and begins reading. It's not as spectacular as I'd imagined, but seeing her in her study mode is certainly a rarity in itself. No wonder she's so intelligent, she has to get it from somewhere. Despite being the second member of the club, I can't really join in with the tamer side of science. Her intellectual side, matched with zest that attacks life and vitality, at least in the club. Either way, it's nice to see Kiyoko like this. It's admirable, and in a way, kind of cute. Lifting her head and peering around the room, Inspecting her environment, Kiyoko quickly meets her eyes with mine. A startled look and quickly disgust following suit. Raising her petite body from her seat, she makes her way to my desk. With the start of class seeming like a dream away, speaking to her before we start can't be all that bad.
Do you enjoy looking at girls whilst they're trying to study?
I don't know how to answer that.
How would you like it if I stared at you?
I wouldn't really care. It is Kiyoko after all.
Okay, fine.
Taking a firm stance before my desk, Kiyoko locks eyes with mine. A staring contest of sorts now firmly underway, despite me not really being into it. You blinked.
Do I care?
You're cute when you're angry.
You're cute when you're angry. Wait. Ah!
Stepping back from my desk. The winner of this bout is firmly decided. Kiyoko, now increasingly flustered, covering her face with her hands as glimpses of her reddened cheeks peek through.
You can't just say that. Where's your evidence?
Right in front of me.
Eh?
Anyway, class is about to start. You should head back to your desk. As much as I could banter with her all day, her stern look from the teacher isn't doing either of us any good. Leaving my desk with a pout, Kiyoko turns to return to her spot in class, her silky chocolate hair swaying behind her as it flows down her back. In contrast, her usual done-up ponytail.
Oh, wait. What are your plans for later?
Meet Naomi at the gym and just work our way from there.
Isn't that a little ill-prepared? You need a methodology.
You need to sit down.
I'm just concerned.
Her face now woeful, there's nothing I can do but try to ease the uneasiness in her heart. Don't worry. If you were best friends with Naomi before, it shouldn't be too hard for the chemistry between you to come back again.
Is that a pun?
It wasn't intentional.
It was.
Leaving it there with a smile, Kiyoko makes her second attempt to return back to her desk, this time a little more successful. Despite her uneasiness, Naomi should be feeling the same, but at the end of the day, I don't see them having any troubles. It smiles like theirs, they'll be able to enjoy themselves no matter what we do. The clock hitting noon, they have time for lunch arrives swiftly with the class dismissed in the usual manner. A hectic chaos of everyone lunging for the door as the teacher tries keeping that mess under control. Holding myself back, I watch the crowd thin out before deciding to make my own move. A quick stroll past Kyoko's desk is enough to tell me she isn't coming.
I'm going to stay here. I need to study for a bit.
What? With midterms coming up? They aren't for a while. Surely you'll smash them. She's always at the top of the leaderboard for a national, let alone local exams. A midterm should be nothing to her.
No, it's... Move it! I'll tell you later.
Feeling myself dragged by the dregs of the crowd, Kiyoko quickly disappears out of sight. Myself alone, and the corridor huddled by a moving sea of people heading towards the cafeteria. Crowds chanting the normal hums and muddled conversations as people pass by one, group by group. Taking myself to the side, So far out of the way to avoid blocking traffic and the hectic stampede before me, I unsheathed my phone from my pocket. Amy's picture staring back towards me on the screen, the idea to message her about later springing to mind. Following suit, a tiny bubble appears on the screen, my message neatly contained within. A simple question now awaiting what I can only presume to be a not so simple response. Continuing on with the tide of people, another glance at my phone shows that the message has been read. Somewhere under the same roof, the same sky, Naomi's received my words. The wonders in the technology quickly irrelevant in my mind as a hand gripped my shoulder. The feeling of deja vu and fear now in its place.
Of course it's okay. We planned it yesterday, right?
Isn't it a little cheap to be doing this again?
Grabbing your tie.
Yeah, can't you be a little more creative?
I didn't know you cared so much. I only wanted to get your attention.
Hello works.
Hello. You're lucky I see you as somewhat of a friend now. Otherwise, I would have kicked you.
Really?
I was joking. Of course you're my friend. I still might kick you if you're not careful, though.
Waving it off, Amy smiles brightly amidst the backdrop of trailing students late for lunch. Her hair tied up neatly in a ponytail, the antonym of Kiyoko's chosen do, as if they swap places.
What are you staring at?
Nothing.
Anyway, I have to be somewhere, you know?
I don't.
I'm looking forward to school finishing.
Disappearing into the thinning sea of students around us, Amy makes her leave as I check the time on my phone. Enough of it left to grab some lunch and make my way to class. My own emotions looking forward to end the day too, the official reunion of two friends. Something a small chat at lunch can't hold a candle to. The tranquil chime of the bell marking the end of class yet again. The typical fervor ensues and the bubbly brunette at the front of class peering backwards. Like a chaotic reaction shooting out of a test tube, her energy doesn't cease to amaze me.
Are you going to just sit there?
Shouting through the class, enough to turn a few heads, it's clear that she's become a bit too chaotic. Calm down, take it easy. If you want me to go with you to the nurse's office, I will.
But there's nothing wrong with me.
A few giggles shimmering through the rest of the crowd's idle gossips, I stand from my chair and make my way to her desk. The pout perched on her face quickly changing into the classical smile, it's come to warm my heart.
Shouldn't we get going? She's probably waiting for us.
You're right. Despite us being friends, I'd still rather not face the wrath of the angry Naomi. The thought of buying an abdo guard has passed through my mind more than once.
So let's go.
Rising from her chair, following in my footsteps, I quickly find myself joined by Kiyoko. Moving down the corridor at a pace between haste and trying to still seem like normal people to any onlooker. But who can blame us? Both of us, looking forward to reigniting their friendship. Their hearts are brighter than any star in the night sky. If I knew fixing their friendship would be this easy, I would have told Kiyoko what Naomi's feelings were long ago. But there wouldn't be any fun in that. Over the past few weeks, my own friendships I've developed with these two girls has certainly become meaningful. Can't imagine a typical high school life without them. Stepping into naturally lit incandescence of the school gym, our footsteps echo quickly, percussion to the syllable slam the door behind us. The tunes of the world playing as the sights surround us, standard images of training club members, sports bags tossed haphazardly, and the sprinkling of dust entrapped in sun rays, all topped off with the smell of sweat as the flag hangs proudly above. The sense of sporting pride being a hard-pressed thing to avoid. Sneaking a peek towards Kiyoko, the sense of fright stands crisp on her face. A quick look now becoming a concerned stare as she notices my gaze from the corner of her eye, her cheeks quickly glowing red in response, a pair of roses.
What's that look for?
My look? You're the one who looks like you just wet yourself. Something wrong? You didn't actually, did?
No. It's just, you know. I used to come here. Some of these people, they'll notice me.
A sullen look on her face. Her own feelings of hesitance crossed the bridge between us, rising up the urge to make her smile once again, to be there for her. If it make you feel better, you can go get Naomi while you stay outside. I know it's hard for you.
I'll be fine. It should be okay. I want to see her.
Determination flowing through her voice, Kiyoko takes a step ahead of me, continuing our walk towards the pack of students huddled to the side of the track. Her hair still flowing graciously down her back as I trail behind her, a river of chocolate meandering down her athletic figure. The sight of her newfound resolve, beautiful under the ambient sunlight.
What's she doing over there?
She's looking for you. Wait,
Ugh. Kiyoko!
watching Kiyoko turn in her space, her hair twirling the air around her as her face lights up in shock. I could swear I heard an "eh" from this distance. Perhaps shouting her name wasn't such a great idea. As Kiyoko runs back towards us, the eyes of the hall shift away from their own activities and towards the three of us. The two girls in the limelight, and some unknown guy besides them.
Why are you over here?
I was getting changed.
Not foregoing her sweater, either trying to cool off or a half-assed attempt at getting dressed, Amy stands with her eyes averted away. Her hair hanging gently beside her ears, glints of sweat gracing the crimson of her cheeks. The sight before me is nothing but beautiful. Her lip quivering as she bites against it gently, anticipating Kyoko's response. Howdy. She turns towards me sharply, her puffy cheeks quickly shifting into a look of annoyance as she wipes the sweat off her brow. A moment's hesitance as we stare towards one another, a brief moment to catch the look of resolve in the gems of her eyes, lapis lazuli.
Get her to talk to me.
Kiyoko, talk to her.
We should probably get going to the station.
You're right. A layer of ice still between them, yet the warm look of nervousness coloring their faces doesn't make a dent to melt it. The reddish blush mutually between them as their eyes shy away from one another, falling to the floor as we begin tracing our way out of the gym. Step still to take to restore the bond between them, yet the path seemingly short as the cool spring wind greets us. Stepping stones forward as the two girls still move forward, our hearts resolve to make things right again. Rocking across the rails, the train carriages slowly shake side to side, clanking the wheels across the bare metal, the track below screaming out amidst the idle sound around us. Conversations of chimeras calling out, taking up the space in the silence between the three of us. Kiyoko on one side, Naomi on the other. The three of us squeezed into the cramped carriage. A dream for most guys, sandwiched between two cute girls, let alone having Naomi's neck brushing against my shoulder. But I'm actually in this situation, it's not at all as great as I'd imagined.
Do you have any idea what we're going to do when we get there?
Suddenly speaking out, her words startled me out of my trace as I continued peering towards her. My own reaction chained to hers as she jumps back in fright. No, I don't.
I asked him earlier. He doesn't have any sense of organization.
Turning towards Kiyoko, yet another reddened face, I speak out towards her. What did you have in mind then?
Don't mind. I'm just happy to be here.
Her eyes now on Naomi. The tension between them grows as the first sparks of conversation slowly warms the frost between them.
Me too.
And it all ends so suddenly.
Still! You should have thought of something. Idiot.
Why is it my fault? Don't you two remember what you used to do together?
He really is an idiot.
Joined in their passion of grilling me, the laughter echoes out around us. We force against the urban symphony as the train slowly screeches to a stop. The two of them joining as we head to lead the train.
Really though, what are we going to do?
Now staying in what it is, for all intents and purposes, the middle of nowhere. A slight breeze brushes past us, gently rocks Naomi's hair as each strand shimmers under the light. Kiyoko, still looking downwards, unfazed as she twirls her own in her fingers. Let's go to the cafe.
There? Again? Can't you be a little more creative? Or fork out some money to take us somewhere better?
Do you really expect me to pay for you? What do you think this is, a date?
No.
She's right though. We always go to the cafe.
It's not like there's anywhere else.
Fine.
If I'm good at athletics and she's good at science, is being a dork your specialty?
Yeah, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here.
No, I was joking. Let's just go to the cafe.
Despite the suggestion being made on the fly, with the cafe seeming like a second home now, the two girls take a place next to each other at a nearby sofa. Naomi's meek attempt at getting closer to Kiyoko quickly shot down by a shy expression across the timid scientist's face. Seeing them so awkward is beyond adorable.
You!
Yeah. Ew.
What? Where do you want me to look?
I don't know, just play with your phone or something.
And what are you two going to do?
We'll figure something out. That's what science is about.
Really? Sitting there idly, no response in sight, the two girls sheepishly divert their eyes, our orders quickly coming in the midst of their bashfulness. 2 coffees and a juice. I'm guessing this is mine then?
Hey!
Laughing aloud, a smile quickly creeps upon Nina's face, soon after followed by Kiyoko's. Both treads in happiness as time continues to flow onward. Memories of their past now becoming the status quo once again. Friends reunited.
Are we really just going to stay here and drink coffee? That seems a little anticlimactic.
What do you mean?
She means we didn't come all this way just to sit down and talk. Aren't we supposed to be having fun?
This is fun, right?
Let's go to the arcade.
Taking the decision in her own hands, Mimi smiles cheekily towards me, a total rejection of my plans. Yet, by the look on Kyoko's face, I can't say anyone has any complaints.
That sounds fun.
In the end, as long as they're together, perhaps they'd be happy with doing anything.
I thought you were here to join the science.